And we never got to see this last time. The full screen in its glory.
Even though Kino and Nene look kind of crudely put on, Ricky.
Well, they can't all be winners. Like Junks over there. Just sitting there and gathering dust. Or rust. Again. In any case, hey everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition 4. What can only be called as a bonus episode, including New Game Plus. As always, I'm Lightning.
I'm Alice.
And yeah, let us just go back into the game and let's talk about the game, the project, you guys, and just other interesting tidbits about the game which we didn't really get a chance to talk about. But hey, with that, let's get to it. All files over, except for one. God, 42.
Mm-hmm.
That long ago, dude.
Cloaked in a boundless
I'm surprised they didn't ask us to pick weapons and armor pieces.
Yeah, because didn't it do that during its first, during the original?
Yeah.
I mean, for those who don't know ahead of time, this is our blind experience on this version of Xenoblade No Game Plus, so if there's something which we're missing, we'll go over it in due time.
The Bionis and the Mechonis.
But man, probably remember the first time we saw this trailer,
Yeah.
just how hyped we were. And there's something in which we'll talk about very, very soon.
Oh, Dumban still has the Monado.
Yeah, he still has the original Lemonado. We did select New Game Plus, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, that's really weird. I mean, to be fair, I guess it is true to the narrative aspect, but I kind of like Dumban having the Monado free, and also nice note, Dumban is wearing his bog standard attire and not his general's gear. And Mumkar's, of course, now in his Mechon body. Because spoilers, of course. It kind of makes no sense if Dumban's different and Mumkar's different. Why isn't the Monado?
I mean, it didn't ask me to save the Monado 3. Makes me wonder if it'll be fashion gear.
Ooh, yeah, possibly. At the same time, if it was fashion gear, it should be the Monado too, but hey ho.
We have the Monado. With this,
Which is an actual Monado, not a katana that's glowing.
Oh yeah, that was also a thing in New Game Plus, which was Dumban's bog standard sword, but it somehow had the Monado lights.
We have the Monado.
Dumban, we don't. But it's funny though!
I should have known I couldn't talk sense into a beast. Let's do this. I'm going with you. You'll need someone to drag your corpse on.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Boy, you two, we've been ordered to pull back. I'm leaving.
Well, I say you're coming with us.
Mechon man.
The enemy's second wave.
A traitor before he was a traitor.
It's now or never, Dunban.
You might as well be wearing a I Love Mechon shirt for every sanity it's worth.
Warm arms welcome.
Acknowledged.
What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. That should give me time to escape.
I'm not betraying you at all.
He
Awesome.
still has his bog standard arts.
And also Dunban, level 80. Not subtle at all. Haha! Die and die again. And then though guys, whilst we're going through New Game Plus, once this cutscene is over and get back to bog standard gameplay, we'll talk about the entire project and our journey through this game, because my god, does it's been a wild one.
Mm-hmm.
The joint section.
Oh, he has the Monado 3.
Aha!
It's buckled.
Dunban had standard, but Shulk, he has it.
It's completely
useless.
Also, ow, my spine. Falling back on a hard sword, he's either injured or dead. Ah, and like always, Shulk just took it out in just one fell swipe. Oh lord. Oh lord.
Thanks, Ryan. That was a close one. Man, what
I
were you
didn't
doing
need your
wandering
help,
off by
but
yourself?
okay.
Stay where can
I
keep
have
an
a
eye on
god sword, I don't need
Pretty
you.
dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters. Yeah, but thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony is going to be really
It looks
happy.
nice though.
I'm more worried about
does.
you than the shell.
So
Oh, well.
glowy and
Knowing what
translucent.
you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent. I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons. Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all. The Monado.
Like what I stole.
I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
The Monado. I wonder where it is. I'm sure I'll find it one day.
Oh, the Defense Force Colonel.
The Monado disappeared. I wonder where it could be. I just can't put my finger on it.
I hope we can find out the secret of its power one day, as I'm carrying the sword that can actually kill a god.
I hope I figure out. I hope I find the secret while having the secret. But I guess on that note, and Shulk still has every single one of his armors and whatnot, so that's hooray for everyone.
That's nice that you could change it on the fly, so if we ever want to do like a video and use New Game Plus footage, we can avoid spoilers by just doing this.
Indeed. I like how the only difference with that Monado is that the hole is open on Shulk's sword.
Yeah.
But oh well. I guess on that note, guys, while we're going through our stuff, let's talk about our project for the Definitive Edition whilst we're doing cloud roaming around. And just seeing that cutscene again, it just brings back so many memories and all of the emotions and all of the feels. Because, again, I know we played this video a few times during our Xenoblade tenure, but it's worth repeating. If you can tell how excited we were to hear that as Xenoblade got announced, let's just show this clip, and I think you'll see why. Okay, all well and good, but it's not like this is something we didn't see coming. So, we've got 4 minutes left, so what is the big last minute announcement? Come on, show us what you got. Okay, it's not going to be Breath of the Wild 2. I can guarantee you that. Oh my god! Oh yes!
Is this gonna be a port or remake?
The waveforms are real! It's finally here. We talked about this for such a long time. Yeah,
It's a remake!
Oh my god!
Really?
Shit!
Do you wish to change it?
Oh my god.
Oh,
What are we gonna do?
oh
The
my
future.
god! And just to put it into perspective on how much that game excited us, we were pretty much on the we're pretty much in the middle of doing our Xenoblade Let's Play on the basic Wii,
Yeah.
and yet we were excited to hear that another version was coming out with new additions and more upgrades. And we were ready to do it again.
Yeah, because we were like 80 episodes into the base game of the Wii version.
Yeah, and just saying, oh my god, we gotta play the game again. It wasn't dread, it wasn't groaning, it was like, oh sweet, we get to enjoy more of Xenoblade Chronicles. It's like, where is the downside? And if a JRPG can make you that excited to play it again whilst in the middle of playing it, it's like, dude, it is such a special game to us.
Yeah.
And we've been over the basic ground on how much this game means to us as people and as a couple, but still though, it's very special to us. And just seeing the trailers and just seeing the screenshots and just seeing everything about this game be improved, redone, God, it just made me so happy. And one of the best parts is that this wasn't made by monoliths like a team. This was like a smaller team working on this game. And if this is what a small team can do with Xenoblade in terms of improvement, in terms of looks, in terms of execution, dude, I'm all about it. And we'll get to execution a little bit later on in the video, because I'm going to assume you know what part of this game I am referring to, but hey ho. Just to cut it nice and short, the trailers and the announcement made our year.
Yeah.
And it was such a powerful and strong moment. I love it. I love it. Anyway though, on that subject, let's get to the things that I really love about this game in a nutshell. Well, as we're seeing here, we can choose fashion gear. We have the ability to look how we want and dress how we want. And this came from Xenoblade X, because Xenoblade 2 didn't have that for some odd reason.
Apart from the accessories that you equip.
Yeah, but those weren't even like the cosmetic changes, were they? Apart from the ones you got from the Nopon stage.
Yeah, the Nopon stage ones were the only ones that changed your appearance.
And it seems very, very weird how 2 wouldn't let you, but yet a spin-off like X was able to let you do that. And on this cutscene, let's talk about the improved graphics and improvements on animations. Most notably the facial animations. Now, let's be honest. Going back to the base game, it's not the prettiest game to look at. Let's just be honest.
No.
However, I will say, for people who are saying the original Wii graphics are terrible, for the time, yes. For the console though. And with how big the game is, I am really impressed of like the level of detail they managed to get in with the base game on the Wii. Because the Wii was not a powerhouse, but yet a game this large and is able to have such great grand views. It looked good for its time on the Wii.
Yeah.
And I will say it again: if the original Xenoblade didn't have its looks, then these improvements wouldn't be that much of an improvement, if that makes any sense.
Well, change the cylinder then. Can't you even do something as simple as that? The auxiliary cylinders have all been used up. It'll be 3 days until more come in, sir.
And of course, what makes a good story and what makes good characters is the animations, and being able to redo animations from the ground up, having new facials, having new final animations. You can get more emotions out of the characters, and just get more of their personalities through their idle animations. So again, it does such a good job in getting a lot of things done. That plus, everything looks cleaner and more vibrant. And in this game, with so much life, it needs to look vibrant.
Yeah.
I still can't get over how great the bog standard Monado looks.
And the marsh looks gorgeous.
Oh yeah, and the sunset and sunsets look nice, and the scenic views look awesome. And not to mention the draw distance has been improved as well.
Your research notes really helped.
It's almost like in every single aspect, they improved the game tenfold. Its looks, its visuals, its range. It was so good.
The problem is controlling it.
Yeah, for everyone except him.
Yes. If anyone other than Dunban were able to control the Monado, we could surpass any military force in the world.
All 2 of them. Because there's only really 2, the Mechon and ours.
But it's starting to look like the Monado might be something far more significant than just a weapon for defeating Mechon.
I see.
I see. You're
evidence
catching
to
on,
support your
Shulk. You know too much. Gunshots.
appears in the center when it's activated.
I see. What is that sword you have on your back, Shulk?
The symbol appears on the top layer.
I picked it up in
Each layer is
Scrapyard.
constructed differently.
Did Xanta die? Am I out of the job? And of course, the improved textures of all the characters are a real boon as well. You can see details in the youth on Shulk. You can see a grizzled facial hair on Dunban, and you can see an improvement on all characters. And as I said before, Charlotte I think is the most improved.
Yeah.
She looks a lot smoother and a lot neater and a lot less well, she gives less lip service, let's put it that way.
She almost looks like a totally different character.
More or less, yes. Yeah, she looks a lot younger and again just a lot more well-rounded.
Yeah, and her colors pop too, because I feel like in the Wii version she was kind of desaturated.
I think you can make the argument for every texture there.
That's true.
Shulk, you're spending too much time in the lab. Either that or rummaging for junk in the scrapyard. It ain't healthy for a kid your age. That's why you're always looking so pasty. You should get out, get some fresh air once in a while. Alright, I'm off.
And another neat thing that I really love about the improvement is that I love the text boxes. I know, woohoo, great content, but hear me out. If a text log or text box can look more neater, then you know what? It gets out the way. It looks more artistic and to the game style, and it just adds more to the looks, I feel.
Also, Dunban's not shirtless even though he's supposed to be.
I sleep in my clothes, Fiora. I never take these off.
Is it time to eat already? You didn't have to bring it yourself. You could have just called me.
Don't be silly.
I think Fiora's missing her Magna Forest
Do you want me to feed
cosmetics.
I think we know what to
Don't
try
treat me
here.
like that. I'm better than I was a year ago.
you? Much better.
And as we're looking at this, I also feel like Fiora looks great, especially her Magna design. Like you said about Charlotte, I think it looks like a completely different person.
The mech can have gone now. Oh, why would you say that?
I can also remember the internet freaking out about the first initial Fiora image as it hit the internet.
Yeah.
About that smug face of hers.
I made something really special today.
Yeah, and her Hom's body and Machina body don't look like two different people.
No,
Next delivery.
it looks concise, and again,
Well,
this
I'm
is just
sure
what
you'd like
slight changes can do.
That's okay.
But
Shulk has no
to put
sense
it
of
brief,
taste.
whether it's the
He'll say
menu,
delicious even
the
if it's
UI,
stone
the aesthetics of the environment, for the characters, it's all just a solid improvement. Including an auto-run feature, a system in which you can track and tell which characters are where in which city and who trades for what. It leaves a lot less guessing work and just lets you enjoy the game. Let's see if we can do anything here, because I mean, she does have a few of her, well, not all of her Magna stuff. Which is, hey, a bit of a shame. And I guess final improvement in which I really love, as let's face it, a lot of people's favorite aspect about this game is its freaking music.
Yeah.
From the ground up, just like redone tracks of every single music track in this game. And you know what? Just for a brief levity, Alice, what's your favourite rendition in this game? To put you on the spot here, honey.
Well, I definitely like Engage the Enemy and obstacle in our path, but I think the one that impresses me the most is Prison Island.
You think so?
Yeah.
How so?
I don't know. I don't really know. It just sounds creepier, I guess? I don't know.
The Monado. It's the only sword that's effective against the Mechon armor.
I don't have it right now.
They say that before time began,
I feel naked about the
it was
Monado.
wielded. Not quite.
Shulk, you arsehole, you're taking fate bites.
Oh, really?
And of course, wait for it.
I used some special herbs and spices today. So if you said it was just the same as usual, I'd know for sure you had no sense of taste.
What?
What?
And that is the clip in which we mostly love about this game's intro, because my god. Shulk being an idiot and also being a dreamer at the same time. And just to go off the start of this game, you get likable characters straight off the bat. You'll get Shulk, who's just wanting to do a good job with the Monado and just make things a better place for the Mechon. And Fiora, you just can't help but smile every time you see her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think one of the things that really works about his characters is the voice acting. And we gotta give credit to Adam Howden, Karina Reeves, Rufus Jones, Jay Taylor. I could go on and on and on and on about every voice actor in this game because they do such a goddamn great job.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I feel like this is one of the best dubbings in a JRPG in a long time. Yes, I know some people might say, well, it's cheesily British. Well, you know what? You can blame Nintendo of America for that one. But still, though, isn't that what makes it unique? Because even if you don't like the cast, here's a point. For those who don't like Xenoblade in a nutshell, what do they remember? That's the sword that can see the future and blah blah blah. And also, isn't that British game with the British voice actors? Whether you like it or not, it's a key staying point for this game, and I think that's awesome. You're gonna have Shulk brood and heart to heart, aren't you? I'm hiding. I'm embarrassed to be here. I'm embarrassed to be here with Fiora. And also to bring up the point about music to end things off, I feel like my favourite song in this rendition has got to be Those Who Stand in Our Way. Because it was a song that was ho-hum for me in the original and became a song I really enjoyed because of the remix rendition. It is such a good track. And of course, the game didn't fix everything in our agenda list. You've still got the aspect of... Where did Shulk go? I dropped Monado, my bad! But no. We can just go to the concept of Colony 9. Or Colony 6.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and all the hell that is. And for those who are just coming off our main project of this game, if you're watching it retroactively, yeah, you know all that work for Colony 6 you did, all those enemies you fought, all that possible time grinding for insert collectible here that gave you hell. Yeah, sure, Colony 6, it's all gone now.
Yeah, it
just
doesn't even appear to come back in their new world.
No. It doesn't remain. It doesn't get remembered for New Game Plus sake. Nope, it is literally completely and utterly eradicated. I just get that last little feeling of F you. But apart from that, unless there's something I am inherently forgetting about, I don't think there was another negative point towards this game's... I can't think off the top of my head if there was anything this game did worse compared to the original.
Callion's design.
Oh yes. Let's go over that real quick. I'm gonna take back what I said about from start to finish that this game is an overall improvement. There are some things in which the game did not do well on, and Callion's design is one of them.
But he looked okay in the final cutscene with Melia.
I am going to assume that the Callion's design was focused on that moment because that's when Callion is most relevant. I guess. But anyway, though, Callion's, just to cut it short, Callion's design, I feel like in this game makes him look a bit meek and a bit kiddish and not at all intimidating for mature. Because in the original, he was a bit more bulky, he was more tanned, and he was less rounded. I don't know, just made him look a bit more commanding and a bit more majestic. Here, though, it just looks like someone's playing cosplay with him.
Yeah.
But hey ho. But now as Fjord gets dressed in her black attire because, yeah, Fjord's going goth. Let's move on, and you know what? I think this cutscene envelops a great example of our next subject.
Ryan, what are you doing? Shulk. No, I'm just.
I always like to imagine Dunban's furious face if he were to see that scene.
Ryan, if you're not dead, you soon will be.
I'm fine.
It's broken.
What? What do you mean it's broken?
But the prop Monado, Ryan, you broke it. I've got the real one on my back.
The Monado can't.
You're not hurt, are you?
No,
More importantly,
no, idiot.
what were you thinking, Ryan?
Sorry, I came to.
Can't you tell? Can't you tell I'm brooding right now?
I'm here a lot, but even I need fresh air sometimes.
I need to put my hood up.
Is your body?
When the hood's up, I go outside. You know how it works.
Be very careful with the Monado. Sorry.
Ow.
Ow, says Albus.
Or Zanza, take your pick.
Cave, right? I heard that there's a male lizard nest there. I couldn't take it if anything happened to Shulk. He's delicate. Not like you, Ryan.
What are you on about?
I'll be fine. I can take care of myself.
But...
Okay, I got it. I'll make you a promise. Shulk won't even get a scratch.
a promise doesn't mean much coming from you.
That just reminds me of the unused dialogue that they have in Tephra Cave. Where if Shulk dies, Fiora said, "I thought you were going to protect him. What happened to that?"
Do you want to let that play now?
Yeah, there's a couple pieces of unused dialogue for that, actually.
You know what? If you guys, I put it here right now because that's actually going to go into what we want to talk about next.
What were you saying about Shulk not getting a scratch?
I know. Sorry. Looks like you're my guardian angel, Fiora.
Not looks like. I am.
See? I told you Shulk wouldn't get a scratch.
Don't go on about it.
Along with the game getting a bit of a facelift and also improvements, so did our LP project of this game. Now, I'm gonna say straight away, our Let's Play of it is far from perfect. We had our slip-ups and our moments of confusion, but I honestly feel like did a better job of playing this game and showing off as much as we could compared to last time. We showed every unique monster for one.
Yeah.
Instead, in the last LP, we missed a few. And there are some points in the LP in which we didn't give like a lot of text up. We try to be very efficient with our time and just try not to go over a lot of things in a nutshell. However, there were some things in which we wanted to go over a lot better than what we did during our last LP.
And I think having expert mode also helped with side quests in this LP as well.
Yeah, sure. Just like stockpiling EXP and then letting it all go and whatnot. Yeah, and that is also a welcome addition. However, we did not take advantage of like casual mode because damn you, I would not accept defeat. Ever. Ever. But no, we did try and make the LP a lot better. There were still things in which we missed, some details didn't quite go over, because like you said, there were a lot of like unused things about this game in which we just did not get round to. Let's just go over some of the things in which we did miss. Unused dialogue, in which case there is a bunch of them because it's a JRPG, so of course there's going to be a lot of dialogue in which we missed. We did get a chance to go over unused music in future, connected, thank God. We did go over unused items a little bit. However, there were some things in which we did not go over. Most notably, one, Melia's hidden staff, which would reveal secrets throughout Bionis. This was a low attack weapon which you could equip to Melia. It's still in the game's code, mind, you just can't access it. Has low stats and doesn't have any special abilities except for perhaps letting you see things that are hidden. However, I do feel like this was probably replaced with the high-end tier staff to wean it more into the narrative, and plus make it less of a pain to equip.
Worrying about you. So, let's get moving.
You're a smug face. The image that made a lot of fanboys happy.
Yep.
If you know what I mean. And also, another aspect about this game that went unused is actually an entirely unused test map. Now, for those who don't know what a test map is, this is basically a bland map in which the developers can go into and test the physics of the game. And just in case you're curious about what kind of testing goes along in Xenoblade or JRPG, we are going to throw up a brief clip of it here. And you can tell this is just going off on like ledges, slopes, all kinds of terrain, all kinds of animations and gameplay physics. It's just a conglomerate of like every single transition that an animation has to go through. And also, funny enough, in that test map, there's also 2 sirens, and if anyone doesn't know, that is from Xenoblade 2. What context, we won't say because of spoilers. However, there's 2 of them in there in various sizes, and next to them is a crude model of Zanza. Now, I'm going to assume this was used for a comparison's sake, just for the size compared to Siren, as well as the scale for the rest of the terrain. A lot of test maps are still left in the game's code, and you know what? Funny enough, that's how the hidden shoulder was discovered and later utilized in Future Connected. And there are many other minor details in which we could go over, in which we missed. But hey, it is still something in which we thoroughly enjoyed, and would we LP this game again? Yeah?
Yeah.
I sure would.
If a definitive edition came out, hell yeah.
If like a compilation of Xenoblades came, Yes, I would.
A Xenoblade tri-pack where it contains the original X and 2.
Yeah.
The Defense Force often uses it for
Or
training.
maybe the original 2 and maybe X2.
It's not really a place that people go.
Monolith, make it, damn it, you cowards.
Although X would be a really difficult game to LP.
It would. That's why we try to stream it with a great success. Speaking of which, I think we should transition over to that just for a little bit. Over the course of this year, or the course of the past 6 months, you know, I'd say year, we actually did Xenoblade X on Twitch, and we had a great time for playing that game and going over. It wasn't all unicorns and rainbows and whatnot. There were a few frustrating moments, including one time which the game crashed and we had to reset all our data. Well, not all our data, but having to redo the final boss. Oh, that was a stressful time. Also by Fiora. Also, yeah, that guy not spawned in.
Well, that's a shame because I was hoping I could try that trick that you mentioned before.
Unfortunately, no. I know, but just based on that, we made a lot of friends on that Twitch, and guys, for what it's worth, thank you very much. The response to Twitch has been amazing, so just want to throw that out there really briefly. But now, let's go on to something that was not very nice, that was not very lovely, and not at all what we wanted in any way whatsoever, and not what you guys wanted either. During the early parts of our Xenoblade LP,
Aerith C portion.
yeah, you might have noticed that we took a month off, give or take. That wasn't by choice. Of course, in every single time in which we do something which we love, there has got to be a major hiccup. Like, an incredibly major hiccup. And for those who don't know, early on, in fact, no, I'm going to say during the end of our original LP, right at the end of the Dixon portion, in each one of our footage, the game tended to hiccup a little bit.
Yeah.
Just for a brief second.
The audio and the footage.
If you don't know what we're talking about, if possible, we could probably throw up a brief clip of it right here.
Yeah, because I think I still have that Luigi's Mansion video up on our channel that's unlisted that shows it.
Yeah, good. What's his next move going to be? He's Shark Claw now. I can imagine the graphic on this thing stuck. Yeah, this kept happening in our videos, and right around give or take the 20 or half an hour mark, in every episode, no matter what we did, whether it was recording, testing, or anything of that nature, the clip kept on popping up. We tried everything. We tried reinstalling everything, upgrading drivers, trying new software, trying new microphones, choosing just new everything. It even got to a point in which we just reinstalled like Windows in general just to see if it would work. It then came to a point in which, for a brief time, we decided to update our BIOS. We're getting into PC speak now. Yeah, we upgraded our BIOS, and then the BIOS corrupted. The BIOS didn't update and install itself properly.
Yeah.
Meaning we lost functionality of a lot of things. We couldn't access it. We couldn't access our stuff. We couldn't back in the field. Not even in like safe mode or anything like that. And then eventually we lost the ability to see on the monitor at all. Nothing. The power was going, but yet nothing would show up on our screens. We were livid. After so many tries and tests, it failed and just didn't work. We then decided, well, let's take it to a PC shop and hoping, it might just be like a test in which they can just reset our BIOS without erasing anything, and then we'll be on our way.
Mm-hmm.
The PC shop came back and said, "We don't know what's going on. We can't figure anything out." We paid money for this.
Did you collect the
We paid money for them to say, "We don't know."
Come by yourself from now on.
So that was worrisome, irritating, or something along those lines. Words I will not speak on in this current moment, because my God, I'm getting PTSD and enraging just thinking about it now. So then we decided to bring it back, and then think, okay, then let's see what else we could do. After done more digging, we found, okay, so what if we took out the Cosmos battery? And no, I'm not saying that just because it's Xenoblade. It's literally a Cosmos battery.
CMOS battery.
CMOS battery, I say Cosmos because Xenoblade. But yeah, and then we drained our desktop of all of its power. You know what?
I think they were something
It
left by the
worked.
civilization that built us.
Every single thing about our PC worked.
I don't know.
And the answer that the PC shop gave us specifically was, well, since your PC is a gaming rig, we don't really specialize in gaming rigs. Which bears the question, if you don't know much about a rig, why would you even take the work and pay for us, you schmucks?
We don't know how batteries work.
And once we discovered it was a CMOS battery, something simple, something that's been part of PCs since their inception, oh, I was pissed. I was pissed. So, if there's anyone, and I can imagine it's not going to be a lot of you, please, for the love of God, I've never liked name-shamed anyone on this channel before, but for God's sake, I'm going to do it now. For the love of God, if there's anyone in the UK, never, ever use Digiland.
Didn't my brother destroy them all a year ago?
They are terrible, they are scalpers, and they have no idea what the bloody flaming hell they're doing. So, on that note, let's continue on with our trials and our tribulations and our horror stories.
Yeah.
So we have our PC back and it's working. However, we go back to test it, and then we find the issue is still happening. The skipping is still happening, and at this point, we are pissed off because we've been mess around with so much, and that the problem still occurred. We've wasted like what, nearly 80 quid at this point.
Yeah.
So that's great. But then we decided, you know what? It's probably not a problem, but what if we try to give it more RAM? I did my research, I looked at the RAM, I looked at the RAM we needed, and you know what? I tried it. I put some extra RAM in. And once I put the RAM in, our motherboard died completely. And by completely, I mean it took everything. We booted it up, and then not only did it take the RAM slots with it, it also took our SSD with it, it took our fan with it, and also took our power supply with it.
It was compatible too. It was a DDR4.
Yeah, so our motherboard pretty much killed everything except our hard disk drive. So that's great. So then we had to take it back to get a repair. At this point, I am just giving up. So before then, we took it in to get another repair. And the thing I'm really annoyed at right now, remembering this, is that I can remember talking to the guy in the shop saying, okay, can we just have everything backed up on our hard drive? Everything. And I made that clear. Also, I made a note, and also, can you make sure to take extra care to back up our Let's Play folder, because we still had episodes in which we hadn't yet edited and filmed and done up yet. So we were like freaking out. There's like audio files, there's video files, there's cut files there we still need. Can you guys just make extra sure to back up our stuff? I get the hard drive back, and I spent 100 quid to get that done. What I thought would be 100 quid, it turned out I had to pay an extra 40. Why? Because for some reason, the idiot employees decided, hey, we'll do £100 fee, but the guy working on it is also going to take commission on your price, in which we're not going to disclose. Okay, bye. So, an employee can also take commission on a job. To put it into perspective, that's who cooks a meal for the family also gets to take another bit of money for the family because he cooked it. Yeah, makes no sense at all. You know what the worst part is? You know how I mentioned, hey, can you back everything up, but can you just make extra sure that we have this folder with these files on there? Guess what? They just backed up the files I mentioned and just scrapped everything else.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, am I speaking to an idiot? I spent 140 quid and you didn't even do the job properly. You know the best part is? They didn't fix our motherboard issue. So essentially, I had to call up the actual shop I bought it from and demand a freaking warranty. But you know what? It came back after what, another few weeks of waiting, worrying, freaking out, and just worrying about you guys, because during that time, that was our main rig. We couldn't stream, we couldn't even record something because our laptops were just so terrible.
I think the only thing we managed to record was the Final Fantasy Remake demo. But that was before the motherboard died.
Yeah. It was a fun time, to say the least.
It's horrible.
But then, miraculously, after weeks of waiting, the PC was fixed. And up until this point, we have not had a hiccuping video since. And thank the lords above that that's actually a thing.
Yeah, I think to the point, because we'd recorded a good chunk, and so I think to the Fallen Arm, that it hasn't glitched out since then.
I couldn't be happier. You know what? The more I see it, the more I kind of feel like PCs are cursed with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then the issue was solved.
He's gone. I can't find
But
him anywhere.
of course, let's talk about the global situation right now, if we may. And we're not going to go into detail about it. We're just going to gloss over it really quick. I feel like in terms of this game came out in a great time, because a lot of people were staying at home. Xenoblade had just come out, so a lot of people got to experience this game and just, got to give everyone a bit of reprieve and a bit of relaxation, because you know what? And I personally felt great about that, because when we were separated, as in like in different countries, me and Alice, this game and Xenoblade X was a sense of catharsis and a bit of easing for us too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just really happy that hopefully it was the same thing for a lot of people during this tough time.
Mm-hmm.
Xenoblade is a special game to us, and hopefully it's a special game to you guys watching. No, that's just my brief thing there.
Yeah.
And of course, as the world is beginning to heal, as of recording, it is the 1st of April. April Fools! No. This video is entirely serious, and I apologise for that obnoxious laugh just then. You know what? It wasn't even a joke. I apologise. But the world is healing and we can go out and explore more as people and get to meet new people. But I guess that's just it. But speaking of meeting new people, do you want to talk about the growth of the channel and growth of the community, Alice? Yeah, sure, go for it. If the floor is yours, if you want to take this.
Well, ever since the news broke out about the definitive edition, and because it was pretty much almost a year to the point of recording this, we made that analysis and reaction video of when the news came out, and that video just blew up, and our channel's increased since then.
And because of that one video, this channel, this little small channel, it's now gone on to do 40,000 views. That's huge for a channel this size.
Yeah.
And for each one of you guys who have watched our videos and just enjoyed it, even for a brief minute, guys, thank you. 40,000 views for a channel this small? That's incredible.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. And, oh no. And since then, we've gone on to gain more subs, in which case, if you're one of them, thank you so much. Your support and your and just engagement means a lot to us, because we're just playing Xenoblade for the hell of it.
Yeah.
And just really cool that so many people enjoy it. And not only that, we're getting engagement on our Twitch. Again, guys, thank you so much. One of the best things about playing on Twitch is that we get to engage with you guys in real time.
Yeah, we've even made a couple of close friends, one of them of which we're doing a collab with right now. And we've even downloaded Discord because of him, so Nexus, if you're watching this, hi!
Yeah, hi, and thank you very much, buddy. But yeah, as Alice subtly put in there, yeah, we actually have an official Discord right now. Like, this Discord is actually in the description, so if you want to join in the conversation, by all means, it's there.
Although I probably don't know if I want to put the Discord in, because we might get people calling us every hour.
I can always adjust that. Oh no, but that's just our brief experience with playing Xenoblade. The highs, the lows. It's been an adventure. Playing it and the game itself. It's almost like life. It's almost like life is an adventure with its ups and downs. As quoted by Shulk Boy circa the end of Xenoblade. But it's just been a fun time. You know what? Four you guys are amazing. But now,
yeah, I could let's play this game over and over again, but I'm sure people wouldn't want that.
I mean, but again, no. We are gonna get into future projects in which we have in mind, and trust me, Xenoblade is in that future. I mean, it's us. It's this channel. Xenoblade is always gonna have a place in it. But now, just to give ourselves a rounding thought on the summary of the extra content of this game, and going from our community, I feel kind of pretentious when calling it that, our community. No, but just our watchers or our audience, you guys, whatever you prefer to be called. If anyway, we heard from a lot of people that Future Connected was
Yeah.
To put it briefly. It wasn't that great and it wasn't that inspiring, and to those people, I've got to say, what game were you playing? Future Connect, I feel like is a terrific addition to this game, because it builds on so much regarding characters, stories, and possible connection to Xenoblade. Now it isn't without its faults. No, because me and Alice went over the fact that the combat has a lot of changes in which we don't agree with. it takes away features in which makes it, I think, objectively harder and less intuitive to get into. And I feel like some portions of it make changes for the sake of making changes. But that's just me. Although I will say it added great music, great characters, and a good story that hopefully leaves the tail end for something a lot better. Overall, though, I really don't get the I don't want to say the hate for Future Connected, but the middling responses to Future Connected.
Yeah.
I will say though, and I will say it to the day I die. If IGN, you're shite.
Yeah.
You are just an idiot for reviewing this game. You should feel bad.
Your review was bad, and you should feel bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Dunban! You can't take any more of the Monado. But I must. I don't have a choice.
Ryan's right.
Oh yeah, sure. I forgot about that. The fact that they censor blood in this game.
No, the blood came out.
No, but it was black.
Yeah.
Oh, red. In the original, that was definitely red. Like the Monado.
It's my turn. Shulk! No! It'll kill you! Shulk!
I could also remember seeing this cutscene in various adverts or just marketing, and just them saying, "Oh my God, the golden chests are in the background. They're still in the game." I don't know. That's just a nice thing to remember.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, there is a lot of this game that I'd love to remember. I'd love to go back to. And I guess based on that then, let's talk about the future of Xenoblade. Aha.
Future connected.
Aha, future. Because the connected future is going to be Xenoblade, because it's always going to be Xenoblade? That made no sense whatsoever. But regardless, if anyone on this channel is worried that, well, I say worried or thinking, are they ever going to do more Xenoblade content? Let's state the obvious here, okay? If there's ever going to be another Xenoblade game, whether it be a remake of X, 2 will be there. A sequel to X or for this game will be there. Any news that breaks out for Xenoblade related will be there. Yeah, so whenever Xenoblade announcements come, or just speculation videos, we will absolutely do a video on it. But we're not just going to be a news channel for the sake of Xenoblade. We actually have a lot of ideas in the works. For example, we are thinking of doing a few challenges a while back. For example, on this channel, we have actually done a blindfolded run of this game.
Yeah.
Albeit one of us giving the other directions, but hey, a challenge nonetheless. And I would not be against doing that again, like blindfolding.
Yeah.
But hey, if you guys have any wacky Xenoblade ideas which we can do for challenges, by all means, let us know. And we do have discussion videos. I want to do a discussion video about Future Connected, about Melia, and pretty much a lot of the characters in a nutshell. Because this game is so good, and this cutscene is one of the biggest reasons why. And I love it to bits. But let's talk about the general content of this channel. Now, pretty soon, we are going to go back to doing the other routes of Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're going to be doing Black Eagles and the Golden Deer at some point, probably in the near future. And of course, like with how our channel first started, when Breath of the Wild 2 inevitably comes out, we are going to be doing a Let's Play on that one. Just to harken back to our roots.
The very first LP we did
Uh-huh.
was Breath of the Wild, so were obliged to do the sequel.
Yeah. And of course, we do have a few more multiplayer ideas in which we could do, but because of the current situation, we are unable to do that right now. But we would not be against doing more in the future. But man, I'm sorry. I just lost my train of thought while just watching this cutscene. It's just every time so good. An engaged enemy is always a moving song for me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Get back!
I won't let you hurt any more people. We will save Colony 9!
Fiora! Get out of here! Run!
You want more?
Fiora! I'll kill you! I'm powering up. How good are we? Shulk! Get back here! No! Fiora.
Ah, the breeze feels so good.
Yeah. I'd forgotten what it feels like. I never thought it could be so quiet here.
You're spending too much time with Ryan. You're getting used to all the noise he makes.
Yeah, maybe.
It's so peaceful. You know, Shulk, I hope every day can be like this, always.
Hey. Have you been to see Dunban?
Yeah.
I just can't do it. You got more guts than me.
Not at all. It was him that consoled me.
Oh. I guess that's the type of guy he is.
Yeah. Even without the Monado, he's the strongest person I know.
Shulk, how are you holding up?
I'm fine, but... you...
I will shed no tears.
Huh?
A year ago, I felt the same sense of deep loss that I do now.
The Battle of Sword Valley.
After that battle, many of my friends did not make it home. While I was being brought here on that stretcher, they were all I thought about. But I decided I would not cry. Everyone who died in that war had something they wanted to protect. Family, friends, loved ones, their home. So they fought to protect them. And we won. No matter how painful, no matter how hard, it's nothing to be sad about. I decided that there and then.
Dunban.
Shulk, Fiora would tell you the same thing. She wanted to protect us. Or rather, she wanted to protect you. And you're alive now. So, I will not cry.
Okay.
Remember the gift of life that Fiora gave you, and treasure it.
I can't say that I understand. But I hope to, someday.
That is all I ask. Believe me, I'm always just trying to understand.
Treasure the gift of life that Fiora gave you. He's one of a kind, that Dunban.
I've made a decision.
Huh?
My purpose in life. I will pursue that faced Mekon.
Shulk.
They attacked our colony. Killed Fiora. I will find that Mekon. Find it and destroy it. Destroy them all. What are you laughing at?
Sorry. It's just a bit weird. I never thought you'd be the one to say it.
So you agree?
Course, man. I'm just surprised you came out with it first.
You thought I'd try and talk you out of it? That's not what Fiora would want. That sound right?
Yeah. Something like that. I thought you'd give me a hard time.
In my head, there are two versions of me. One of them is saying that. It's telling me, listen to what Dunban said.
What about the other one?
It keeps shouting, make them pay. Destroy every single one of them. And it won't stop getting louder.
That doesn't sound like you. Sure it ain't my voice in there.
Might be. It's a bit of a loudmouth.
There you go then. So, when are we heading off?
Right now.
Perfect. Right then.
Yeah.
Look after yourselves, boys. as soon as this heals, I'll be right behind you. And then we will seize our destiny. Together.
And I guess on that note, I think I've said everything I pretty much need to say of you.
Mm-hmm.
And just to end things off on this note, then, after, let's face it, one of the worst years in recent memory that I think the entire world can think of. Like I mentioned this briefly, this game came out at a great time, and now upon seeing the cutscene, that cutscene which we just saw, and how the world is at present, again as of recording April 1st, things are getting better for a lot of people and for a lot of things. Still, we haven't had our losses. But I feel like that cutscene is a prime example of what the mentality should be heading and looking towards the future.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your losses, and we've had our losses too, with what we spoke about. And during this period, we've had our own personal horrible times. Alice went down with a massive injury, which kept her out of commission for pretty much nearly 6 months.
Yeah.
I was going through my own personal struggles as well. But this game, for one way or another, it always brought us back to the lighter side of things. I think there's not an area of our lives which has not been improved by this game. Us spending time together, us meeting new people, our channel growing, our confidence growing, and just weathering through hard times, whether it be personal or something which the world is going through. This game has encompassed a lot of good things in our lives. And that's one of the reasons why it's my favorite game of all time.
Mm-hmm.
In every area, especially recently, this game has done something special. I don't feel like there'll be another one like it. I think for me, personally, unless something like really incredible happens, I feel like this is the pinnacle of video games for me. JRPGs, definitely.
And I think this is the pinnacle of Xenoblade as well.
You think so? You don't think any other game is going to top it?
Not that I could think of right now.
Because I will say, Xenoblade 2 did a lot of things great. Good characters, great music, creative environments, a good story to boot. But I do agree. I do feel like this game is a bit more focused.
Yeah.
And less scatterbrained. Recording this game and just doing every bit of content over it, it's been one of the best years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Despite everything going on in the world. And you guys have been a big part of that. So, all I gotta say is, guys, thank you. And just for a final thing, I feel like this is a great game because not for what it's done for us, but for what it's done for Monolith in a nutshell. Before Xenoblade, Monolith got shifted from studio to studio, as well as the developers. They got stuck with Square Enix initially for Xenogears. That didn't pan out. They got shifted over to Bandai Namco. And Xenosaga didn't do as well as they hoped. And they were shifted to Nintendo. But yet, Monolith Soft decided, let's do things our way. And Nintendo let them. For a period. And since then, Xenoblade and Monolith Soft have gone on to be an incredible studio in the eyes of many, especially in this current time in which game development is a controversial subject. But Monolith have shown that they can bring out a great game
and still take care of their employees.
And I feel like in this current day and age, that's incredible. It's a rarity, and it should be lauded. But it should be the standard. As well as Xenoblade should be the standard of JRPGs. Oh no. Xenoblade's good, and it's done a lot of good. Let's just put it that way. Just put it in its lamest terms. Xenoblade good, it do good things. Oh, can we just put this entire 1.5 hour video and condense it to that? This entire 1.5 hour video could just be summed up with Xenoblade good. Oh, but what do you expect from this channel when it's just waffling on about Xenoblade? It's needless and it's stumbling over our words constantly. But for some reason, you guys like watching this stuff. I don't know what to say. Just thank you. To Xenoblade, to Monolith, and to you guys. all for watching. Whether you're from YouTube, Twitch, Discord, or Twitter, or wherever you come from. Thank you. From one stumbling word British prick to a how would you describe yourself, Alice?
I'm okay.
I'm fine. How are you? I'm okay.
I'm average.
You're not average to me. This outro's been going on for way too long, so we're going to leave it here before we go on to take another two hours of Xenoblade. But yeah, guys, we are going to call things there. I think we said a lot for this video and for this series that we already spoken of, but hey ho. And don't worry for those who are worried about Xenoblade content. It is coming. Whenever there's Xenoblade content to be had, we are still going to be here.
It's probably not going to be as frequent though, so you'll just have to be patient with us.
And if you want to know when we are thinking of doing Xenoblade, you can follow us on Twitter because we are normally up to date with what we're doing regarding Xenoblade. But until then, yeah, whether it's going to be a character-centric discussion video, a news video, a silly Xenoblade challenge, or another series in another world, we'll see you next time. But for now, with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, as far as Let's Play goes, it's finished. Show's over. After a year, that seems really bitter to say.
Yeah.
But until then, I've been Lightning.
I'm Alice.
And we are Lightless. British husband marrying an American woman for long distance through video games. And we'll see you next time. Well, more Xenoblade?